Nigerian Shippers Council says it is set to collaborate with the National Insurance Commission to reduce the cost of doing business at port through the introduction of insurance cover on containers regime. Mr. Hassan Bello, Executive Secretary of the Council, disclosed this when a delegation of the Council visited the management of NAICOM in Abuja. Bello said insurance companies could come in to ensure that containers are covered at a lesser cost to reduce some of the challenges faced by shippers. He also spoke about Kano State investment.
As our function as a port or economic port regulator, we have our eyes on the cost of doing business in Nigeria. So it's the ease of doing business and the cost of doing business, and we want to make our port competitive. So we have to moderate the cost. One of the costs is insurance deposit that shippers pay for taking the container out of the port. The containers are the assets of the shipping companies. They must be returned in perfect condition. And so they don't get that some of the time. The containers are not returned. So it's a deposit. When you return the container in good time, you collect your deposit back. However, that is not as simple as that. Some access to the port may be difficult. And if a container is not returned within a certain time limit, there could be a problem. And one loses his deposit or part of it. And so, through no fault of the shippers, he has to, forego the deposit. Sometimes the shipping companies, when they take the deposit, even when the containers are returned, they don't pay the deposit in good time. And that is money lost. So what we are saying is there are a lot of issues like that we could have, the insurance come to take care of. We are talking about covering the policy. Number one is what you had said about the participation of insurance, in container regime. Secondly, there is policy on goods in transit. Okay, goods in transit. And then, of course, we want policies to cover most of the risks that shippers or freight forwarders, incur, including demurrage, including rent, and so on. If we could cover it, then that will make shipping, extremely cheaper. But then we have door-to-door or delivery of cargo, which will be covered, by insurance.
Responding, Mr. Olorundare Thomas, Commissioner for Insurance NICOM, expressed willingness to collaborate with NSC to make insurance significant in the maritime sector.
When it comes to trading, marine on its own is in the front line. Yes. And insurance itself moved with trading. And the insurance started with marine insurance largely. Yes. If you will remember, other than, we talk of fire and the rest of that, but marine is quite critical. Yes. In the history of insurance development. And of course, from what we have gone through as first as a nation, and of course globally, we know that more than ever before, there's a need for us to take insurance more seriously than ever than what we have done in the past. I have listened to you and copiously taken note. These are things that we must collaborate and work together as agencies of government. It's important for us that marine insurance today is not what we are getting from marine business. It's not consistent with transactions in the marine sector. In terms of contribution to insurance penetration, marine is almost very insignificant. But of course, as an economy, we know that that is not the true reflection of what is happening in the marine sector. And I'm happy that you have come with these creative ideas and also trying to see why deepening the marine sector, other sectors that are attached to it that can enhance its development also needed to be deepened.